Hi, my name is Darren Yazzie, and this is my midterm presentation. Today I'll be going over one of my test codes, the unit test code that our team created for the control function portion. We'll also look at a test method that our team created, and I will walk you through each portion of the code and explain what each does. Now, this first slide here under Public Class Suite Control Test is just the beginning portion of the test that was created. If you can see the before class, the after class, before and after, I'll go ahead and explain what each of those means. Now, sometimes several tests need to share a computationally expensive setup like logging into a database. This can sometimes compromise the independence of tests, but it sometimes is a necessary optimization. Annotating a public static void no arg method with at before class causes it to be run once before any of the test methods in the class. The at before class methods will be run before any other class. Now, if you allocate expensive external resources in before class method, you need to release them after all the tests in the class have run. Annotating a public static void method with an at after class causes that method to be run after all the tests in the classes have been run. All after class methods are guaranteed to run even if a before class method throws an exception. The at after class methods declared will be run after those in the current class. Sometimes tests need similar objects created before they can run. Annotating a public void method with at before causes that method to be run before the test method. The before methods run before those of the current class. If you allocate external resources in a before method, you need to release them after the test runs. Annotating a public void method with at after causes that method to be run after the test method. All at after methods are guaranteed to run even if a before or test method throws an exception. The at after methods will be run after those of the current class. Now on to slide 2. Our team created 3 test functions for the calculate harvest method. This is the third test that was created. And as you can see it there is test calculate harvest number 3. Now under the purple arrow you see the random generator. It basically gets called in this section and it throws out any number in there to help test our function, our method there. Underneath that, under the green arrow, is the system out, which means basically if the test is successful, it will display or print the message there. In this case, it's calculate harvest. The int ties percent and acres planted are variables associated with the calculate harvest method that was created. You can see that 8 and 4 have been set in as variables for testing purposes. The next one under the yellow arrow is the int expected result. Now this is set with a number also and is the number that we expect the result that we expect to see after the whole method is completed, the whole test method. Now the int result calls the wheat control calculate harvest, and it passes 2 parameters within it, which are tithes percent and acres planted. And we go to assert equals, and that also passes 2 more parameters, which is the expected result and result. And when these 2 are run, it basically checks to see if the results match the expected result. If it is correct or they match, then it will display the system out print line with the message of calculate harvest. This completes my portion of my presentation. Thanks.